Hi, Warren. What's going on, guys? It's your co host, Nathan.
Ayo, it's Emily.
And it's Christy.
And today we're here for another episode of the Warren Podcast. So to get right into it, let's just start with like how your weeks have been. How's the weekend been? When we're recording this, we're coming off of a 3-day weekend, so
Oh yeah, totally. It honestly wasn't really a break because I have like midterms coming up this week. Whoa. I had to lock in, study, grind with my homework and stuff. But it honestly was really nice. I'm not used to having a Monday off. I feel like it's the busiest day for everyone, so it felt really nice actually. What about you, Christy?
Yeah, it felt really nice to just have like a little bit of a break, but it also felt like it just made everything pile up even more
Yeah.
because I was taking an extra break. But I think my body really needed the rest because I was coming out of a very sick phase, very bad case of the flu. But all better now thanks to the like 20 hours of sleep that I got every single day.
Yeah.
So yeah, very rested, but
Nice.
hopefully that means that I can be more productive now.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
What about you, Nathan?
Yeah, what about you, Nathan?
it's been going pretty well. I ended up having to go home for the weekend just because I need to get some of my appointments out of the way. Like going to the dentist, going to the doctor. Nothing wrong. Just the usual checkups. Just making sure everything's all good. So this way, if anything did happen, nothing piles up. But it was pretty lucky that it was on the same weekend. At first, I was oh no, my doctor's appointment's on a Monday. But because I didn't know I didn't know they were open on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I thought, because I assumed that it was a national holiday that like most people got it off work. But I guess I forget that like it's one of those national holidays where it's just for I guess like public institutions that get it off.
No, definitely same. Because I know a couple like restaurants that open, and I was like, oh my gosh, grab up. But no, yeah, it was pretty interesting that some of them were open during that day. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Did you stay on campus over the 3-day weekend, or did you
Yeah,
go home?
I did. I took advantage of like, hey, 3-day weekend, being in San Diego. I was like, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go to the beach. I'm gonna go out and explore. Yeah, I explored my bed, and I just slept there pretty much for 3 days. So
Honestly, sorry, you first.
No, I was just gonna say, like, going to the beach in this weather is insane because it's been so cold.
it's like the vibes, though. It's like the
I
vibes.
guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, that's true. I think if I went to the beach now, I'd have to like bring a sweater. But I see what you mean. Because personally, whenever I go to the beach, funny enough, I feel like I have most fun when I don't go in like the water and get sand in my shoes. I just
Yeah.
walk like along the coast.
Yeah.
But it does get pretty chilly. I haven't been down there personally in a bit, but I definitely relate to what you're saying, Emily, about how like whenever I'm here for the weekend, I always like want to be like, yo, this would be a cool time to explore San Diego while I'm here. But then it's like maybe I'll go to like one place and then I go back into my Hongshu Me arc, you know?
No, yeah, like I'm like, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna see the entire like whole area place, and then I go to Ross and Marshalls, and I go right back, and it's like, oh wow, love my exploration of like San Diego, but. No, I totally get that. Totally get that.
I mean, shopping at Ross is kind of base though. Like,
No, it's pretty cool, right? And, like the Marshalls here is just they're good, but I feel like the ones I really like, if I would recommend a spot to shop, would be the ones in Claremont, like the Kearney Mesa type area.
Yeah,
Mm.
I would say don't go to the Marshalls in La Jolla Village because I have beef with them. They would not let me return a pair of shoes that I never even wore. They were gaslighting me. They were like, no, ma'am, these have been worn before. Like, I can assure you, I've been, like, in this business for, like, 20 years. I'm like, okay, I've been alive for 20 years, and I also know that these shoes
yeah,
are not worn before.
yeah.
So, yeah, I spent, like, $50 on a pair of shoes that I never wear anymore, so...
And like get the receipt and everything is still sent
Yes,
to
I
you.
had the receipt, the tag on, and everything, and they're like, no, this looks worn, and I'm like, you look worn. Like, that is actually insane.
No, yeah, my friend they had a couple makeup they never put on at all. It's they got the wrong shade. They come back and the lady was like, actually, I look it's open, but it was like completely sealed, and I was like,
Yeah.
lady, what is wrong with you? So definitely, but I agree with that. I feel like also like. There's also like it runs out a lot of stuff because like everybody goes to Marshalls and like the roster and stuff like that. So recommend Claremont, go
Yeah.
shopping.
Little
Good.
adventure.
Exactly, right, exactly, yeah. But I mean, I haven't also been a couple areas on campus too. I haven't been to a couple, like, for example, I have never really been to Atkinson Hall in Warren. Let's go
Yeah.
Atkinson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what it's called.
yeah, no, definitely. I haven't been there, but there's some place on campus I still don't even go or have never been in my life.
honestly, that's so crazy. I mean, I'm trying to think if there's any places that I haven't explored yet, or places that like I barely explored like this year, like near the end of my undergraduate career. But
Yeah.
I feel like if I remembered them, then I would have actually explored them. So I guess that's a bit of like the paradox there.
Yeah, like, I know definitely, I haven't really been to Cafe Ventanas in a while, since like a year.
And they remodeled it last year.
Yeah,
So-
it's so nice. Yeah, I just haven't been there at all before.
yeah, it looks nice, but I feel like It looks nice, but I feel like whenever I go there, it doesn't have stuff I'm craving, which I feel bad for personally because I know that because I do respect that they have like the rotating like menus and they have like menus for like different places stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think it's because as a Warren student, it's always like so out of the way, and I don't have any classes in that area because
Yeah.
I don't think there's as many classes near ERC, and if there are, they're not like in the departments I am in.
No, yeah.
So it just feels like I never have any motivation to eat there unless I'm going out of my way to.
No, so it might be a funny story, but I was like going to Sticks. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go explore 7th, which is like near like next to ERC, and is it there? It's not. Is 7th in near?
Oh no, sorry. I was trying to do like a whisper thing about like there's not much in 7th other than the rest things, but
Yeah, they have good sushi though. I will admit 7th has really good sushi.
Okay, wait, umi or bistro?
Bistro all the way.
Bistro, I'm sorry. Bistro.
Hot take. It's
Me
a hot
too, me
take
too.
because everyone I've asked ever since Umi opened up, everyone I asked, especially on the team, were all like Umi all the way. But as someone who's had both, personally, I prefer Bistro a bit better. But I think because they're different, I can see why you'd prefer one of the others.
Yeah.
At least they're different, you know?
Yeah, I think for umi, it's because it's got a more classy feel, so it's like an on-campus Nobu. But I feel like presentation aside, though, the taste is like kind of lacking, and sometimes like the rice is kind of hard too. So I think they might have focused more on the aesthetics instead of the taste.
Yeah.
But bistro, like the taste is always like on point. Like the texture is always on point. Like I love it.
Wait, which one's the one with the Thai tea? Is it Bistro?
I think bistro.
I don't remember.
Bistro, right?
Yeah, bistro.
Yeah, they have really good Thai tea. Like,
and
honestly.
they have really good matcha ice cream.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I have not had in a while. I forgot they had that.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Their sweets are top tier.
No, yeah. Like I remember I was like heading one time and I was walking on like the sidewalk, and then all of a sudden like I see a scooter coming zooming right at me on like the walk of the sidewalk, and I got scared because I'm like, oh my gosh, like my heart dropped and I almost got hit by a scooter, which is kind of funny, but like not funny at the same time.
But that's a check.
No, exactly, right? Exactly. So, little precautions out there if you're having a scooter. I used to have one until it got stolen, but it's a funny story. But if you have a scooter, make sure you're not on the sidewalk. You don't want to hit any pedestrians on the way, you know?
Yeah, it's funny because sometimes whenever I'm walking back from like class, especially like in the afternoon, I noticed last year that they started putting like signs there where apparently you're supposed to like walk your wheels during a certain time.
Yeah.
And I look at the sign, I see like several people like scooter past it. So like they never like it feels like I don't know if it's just like not enforced like that, but people just like don't listen like that. But now that you mention it, I do feel it's funny because I feel like during my almost 4 years here, I feel like I've almost gotten in more accidents here walking to class than I have actually on the road in my car.
No, yeah, definitely. Like
you gotta you gotta check your blind spots. You gotta turn your turn signal on. You gotta make sure that people don't come speeding, especially because people just walk in like different directions now and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, like they will just like if you walk. I feel like it's a well-known you walk on the right side of the sidewalk going forward, and if you're walking right back on the left side. But I remember one time our Ari friend actually, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, but they mentioned how like when they're walking towards the sidewalk on the right side, there are a couple people who are walking at the same pathway and completely like starts bumping into them. And it's pretty crazy because like it's like, you know, you walk on the other sidewalk on the right side going forward, but it's like you're walking kind of like the opposite. So I feel like, you know, let's make sure we're stay in our lanes, you know, kind of like left and right, you know?
Yeah. I think that's why it feels like traffic, because it is basically the equivalent of like driving the road if we don't have like any lanes, because that's why like I always try to stay on the right side, because I feel like this way it's like you know where I am, and it makes it where it's like I'm going in this direction, I'm on this side. But sometimes, you know, I think some people have been getting better about it, but there's definitely it's definitely a problem that still exists.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Especially on like the stairs. I think like the worst offenders are like over in like library walk when it gets like crowded.
Yes.
You're going on the stairs. You try even when you stay on the right. There's always people who try to like pass you. They try to like so like it just clogs the middle. It's like it's a whole thing. I swear.
Yeah, I feel like even if you don't know like the proper convention, like not everyone knows that you're supposed to walk on the right side of the road at all times, because you can't know everything. But I feel like it's just common sense to form two single like lanes at least, you know, like going in opposite directions, because like if you see someone walking like towards you, shouldn't you like, you know, realize that something is wrong and like change back to the other like lane, right?
Yeah.
But I think people just don't realize, and it's frustrating because we're all trying to hustle to class.
Yeah.
We only have like 10-minute passing periods if you have back-to-back classes, especially too. So it's like, walk in your own lane.
Oh no, especially, and even if like it's a lot more like deadlier or like just like thing where it's like someone on their phone while they're walking, so it's like you can't even be like, oh, heads up, because they're on their phone, or the headphones too. It's really tricky. Yeah.
And it's always the people on their headphones or like look at, and usually if they're on the headphones, sometimes they're like the wombo combo of headphones looking down at phone,
Yeah.
and they never move. Like they assume that like, I mean like, I think it's like they're on one hand like I like because they like assume that like if the people that aren't on their phones are gonna like move around them, but what they don't account for is if the person coming at them is also looking down at their phone with their headphones on.
No, yeah,
So it's,
yeah. I think also like I remember another time where like it's where the stairs up to Peterson Hall, like those stairs. I don't know if you guys know what
yeah,
I'm talking about.
those
Yeah?
were the stairs I was talking about.
Yeah,
the
that's
library
stairs.
walk ones.
Yes, yeah. And then there's like a pathway in the left for the bikes, but it's going towards like the left
Yeah.
straight. So it's always there when either like I like go on my bike on there and there's a couple pedestrians walking on that. And I get to like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I don't want to hit any of these like pedestrians because like crime.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's like that area especially where people just walk on that hill where it's like, guys, we have a sidewalk, like come
Even
on.
if there's less people walking on it, like I know, like, cause like ignoring the fact that like it's supposed to be like a scooters only lane, I feel like even like if you were allowed to walk there, it just feels so much more inefficient. Because even when the stairs are clogged, it's like a straight path, so I don't even know what the logical advantage is.
No, yeah.
By walking in the scooter lane when it doesn't, it's like going around.
Yeah, like, I could totally get it if someone wants like a twilight moment or like an aesthetic moment in the woods, right? But it's like, hey, if you don't mind, just like walk on like the grass leaf area and keep like the scooter lane because I don't want to hit anyone or I don't want anyone to hit towards you. So yeah, no, I totally get that. But I feel like it's giving LA traffic at this point, like and campus. Yeah, it's giving LA traffic. I feel like.
Yeah.
We all know that's horrible.
Oh yeah, yeah, we all know that.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I feel like also like San Diego. I didn't expect traffic to be here either. San Diego, like it was really shocked to me. Like I don't know why. It's like the traffic here. I was like kind of like, whoa, you guys have traffic here?
You mean like in general, or you mean like downtown?
Kind of in general, like the
Yeah.
the freeway. It's like
The 805 gets pretty bad.
Yeah,
I
that one.
noticed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm just like, whoa, it's like traffic here. Like when we go to like Mira Mesa, and there's a lot of traffic there as well. I don't know why it's like it's so shocking to me, but I'm just like, whoa, cars here at like 1 p.m. Whoa.
Yeah, no, yeah, because I think like when you go like, yeah, it gets pretty, especially like in the afternoon. I'm, you know, as someone who doesn't live here, since I am only here for like I've just been here for like studies so far.
Mhm.
I don't know like enough about like the local area to know like what's busy or like why like it's more busy at certain times.
Yeah.
But it definitely is like but it's definitely like a routine thing because if I ever like have free time or like I'm on the weekend, I try to like go to like Convoy, like go south. The 805 is just like dead during like certain hours.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I noticed that. Yeah. Also, I feel like in downtown,
Like LA 405 bad.
really? Okay, yeah, dang. No, yeah, I think also compared to like downtown San Diego, downtown LA, in my opinion, I feel like it's a bit more easier to find parking in LA, like street parking wise, than San Diego where you have to park in a lot, but you have to pay like a lot to park in there. Maybe because I've only been there like a couple times, not like every day. Maybe if I'm wrong, hopefully. But I always think the differences in two, where it's like the parking is kind of tricky in downtown, especially. I feel like.
I want to say like there's equal amount of like parking structures compared to like parking on the streets for both downtown San Diego and LA
Mm-hmm.
because every time I go like there's never like meter parking left and there's never like
Yeah.
like you either way you're gonna be forced to like pay like the $20 flat rate to like park at a parking place. So I know like people just find like random public areas like a Ralph's or something to like park at and then just walk to their destination. I don't know, because I haven't been to downtown in a while, so I may be wrong.
No, yeah, I kind of wish I want to go. Like, I know Petco Park is like really beautiful. Like I've only been there once and it's so nice. I feel like.
I've only been there like Petco Park, like the stadium.
The stadium, yeah.
I've only been there once, and I think that was with you guys a couple months ago.
Yeah, that was
funny
my first time. Yeah,
Yeah, the first time.
Yeah, it was so like it's really nice. Cause have you guys been to the Dodger Stadium?
I haven't. I think I've been to like Angel Stadium once, but it was like before I like had like conscious memory, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I might as well have not been there.
No, yeah, yeah, I totally get you. Yeah, I feel like the Petco's really nice. Like I didn't expect like the aesthetic wise, but it's so like really nice structure and everything. And the pretzels, they're really good. They're bomb. They're really bomb.
Right, the $30 pretzels.
Hey, it's worth it. The pretzels are pretty good in my opinion.
The ones at Petco Park.
Yeah,
No, that's a scam. It's a scam.
Really?
It's a scam because oh my god, like. I got a pretzel there because I'm like, you know, I'm pretty hungry. I was gonna get a hot dog, right? But I'm like, you know what? I should get a pretzel because, you know, I want to try something different. That pretzel was literally just like dry bread, not even like, it wasn't hard, it wasn't soft, but it's like this weird, like, worst of both worlds, like in the middle where it felt like stale but like stiff. And then I'm like, okay, I'll get it with some. It had salt, right? But it's like, but it didn't really like complement the bread. Not only that, I was like, yo, I'll get it with some cheese sauce because I love dipping things. That whatever nacho sauce that you call I don't know. I mean, like, I was gonna go into a whole rant about it, but then I realized, you know what? It's not even worth it. It's not even worth the energy.
It's not worth the energy. I don't. I feel like I'm a simp for pretzels. I love like pretzels.
I like pretzels too, but that's why I was so disappointed because I feel like, I mean, like, you know, I don't know if now I'm not sure if it's a controversial take or not, but I feel like I've had malt pretzels that were better than the one I had.
Oh, okay, definitely. Like, what's is it called? Auntie Anne's. Auntie Anne's is way better. I'm sorry than like the Petco pretzels, and so cheaper, and so many more flavors.
So maybe I just have high standards because I've been spoiled by Auntie Anne's.
Yeah,
but. You know.
No, I actually have a bone to pick with Auntie Anne's because tell me why they like got rid of like 90% of their menu. Like now, they only have plain pretzel, pepperoni pretzel, jalapeno cheese pretzel, and regular cheese pretzel. I think they literally only have those 4 options.
Yeah.
Which I'm so mad about because they used to have like fun flavors, like chip flavors, like sour cream and onion. That was my favorite.
Really?
It was like, you know, like those French fries that they sell at malls with like the dust. Yeah. The flavor dust. I don't know what it's called.
I've never been, but I think I know what you're talking about because there's usually one like in the middle. It's like not in like the sides, like a cart in the middle.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. But imagine that, like, I don't know, like powder dust flavor thing, like on a pretzel. Like it was so good, like so good.
That sounds good.
I think the thing with the Wetzel's pretzel, is that the other one?
That's the other one. I'm pretty sure I went to Auntie Anne's, but those are like the 2 pretzel places. At malls.
Do you guys have like a preference which pretzel place, or just like anything that has like your flavor?
I don't even know if I've ever been to a Wetzel's Pretzels because I've had Auntie Anne's before, but it's been like years.
Yeah.
So I don't even know if I've even tried Wetzel's. So I feel like I don't really have the authority to give an opinion on it. I just know that, whatever memory I've had of the pretzel I did have was way better than the one I had at Petco Park. And if I've learned anything, is that nostalgia doesn't lie, right? Wink, wink.
Yeah, I'm always gonna miss the pizza one, the pizza pretzel thingy. With the marinade dipping. Oh my gosh, so good. I'm always gonna simp for that, definitely.
I'll make it from scratch for you.
Really? Wow. If you're gonna pay, say less. No, yeah, but go pretzels.
Yeah, go pretzels.
More of the whole podcast, go pretzels.
Mm-hmm.
You know what kind of pretzels I like? And I don't know if it's also a controversial take, but I feel like I'm pretty down with because I'm a big chips guy, but I feel like if I had a bag of those, like they're like the small hard pretzels with salt, I feel like that's kind of an underrated snack. I might need like some water with it because the salt can like, you know, make me a little thirsty.
Ooh.
I mean, when am I not? But I think I honestly think they're a little underrated. They're not too bad. I think hard pretzels and soft pretzels are good. You just gotta commit to one.
Have you had the Munchies chips? The one with the pretzels,
yes.
hot Cheetos?
Yes.
It's good, right?
So good.
Have you had it?
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
You think you'll love the. Like, I think that's like your chip if you really love pretzels and chips together. Yeah.
You know what chips I like? I can't believe I've gone my whole life without this, but a few months ago, my partner introduced me to the chips that they have at Trader Joe's. They're like Takis, but not.
Oh yes, those are so good. Oh my gosh.
Ever since I found out about it, I stocked up. I have like 4 bags in my room.
Have you had them before?
Yes. Are you kidding? I have to stop myself from buying them now because I'll literally eat the whole bag in one sitting.
Oh no, yeah, same.
No, last time I did it, I opened the bag. I ate the entire bag myself.
Oh no, yeah, for sure. I'm like a big bag.
I feel like I've like burned a hole through my stomach, like the amount of times that I've done that.
See, but I feel like it's good because there's like no like I think there's no Red 40 in that.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
Yeah, I'm Red 40 mini, you know.
Oh yeah, I crave Red 40 every day, so I feel like that's like a cleanse from like the.
Well, no, I'll say like mini, like the opposite of maxing. Like
the mini.
I'm not Red 40 because I think that's my issue with like Takis and even hot Cheetos because like I prefer like hot Cheetos. I can eat them. I prefer them over Takis, but I feel like my issue with both that like why I can't have them all the time is because of like I don't know if it's the Red 40. I don't know if it's the Red 40 or like the or like some sort of like artificial flavor like chemical they put in it. But there's something about it that makes it feel like taste extra processed, and I don't get that with the Trader Joe's chips. Yeah. And I know Trader Joe's they don't always have dubs. I mean like you know they're pretty decent, but I know they sometimes have their L's. But I feel like this chip, the chips they have, the spicy chili lime chips that they have, comes in a red bag. I swear that's probably always going to be a dub from Trader Joe's, for me at least.
Oh yeah, big dub. Big W's in the chat, guys. Big W's in the chat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think with that said, I think that would probably be a good place to end it here for now. Just a little bit of a shorter session. We when we're recording this, we got to get to some class and stuff like that. We ended up having to do this on like one of our busier days, which isn't too bad. But I hopefully that even with the short session, you still had a pretty nice time with us. So
yeah, of course. Hope you guys enjoyed pretzels, and I hope also this podcast as well.
Yeah.
Christine, last words.
None.
Oh, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we appreciate you guys tuning in. From Christy, Nathan, and I. Have a great week. Yay.
Yay.
But before I go, I kind of want to start a civil war in the comments section or just among the community of listeners. At home, are you team walker? Are you team pedestrian or team scooter? I'll leave that as your food for thought until then.
Okay, well, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, see you next time.
Bye.
And until then, take care. That's pretty much it.